The anime begins with Yukiteru Amano running for his life, but no matter where he goes, his classmate Yuno is already there. Yuki tries to hide in an elevator, but Yuno shows up there too. As she starts walking toward him, Yuki panics, wondering how everything went so wrong. Now the story flashes back to a week earlier. Yuki is a student with zero social life. He spends most of his time observing the world around him and writing everything down in his diary. He also talks to two imaginary friends. The first is Deus, the god of time and space, and the second is Murmur, his servant. This is Yuki's everyday routine. One day, Deus asks Yuki if he wants to play an interesting game that'll bring excitement to his life. Yuki thinks it's all in his imagination, so he says yes without giving it much thought. The next morning, when Yuki wakes up, there are strange entries already written in his diary, like he'll hit a double bullseye in 2 minutes, or he'll see news about a killer in 10. Yuki doesn't remember writing anything like that, but he brushes it off and starts his day by throwing darts and hitting a double bullseye. Then, during breakfast, a news report about a killer pops up on TV. That's when he realizes whatever's written in the diary is actually coming true. Even at school, the diary predicts a surprise quiz and a girl cutting her finger. Yuki starts freaking out and talks to Deus. That's when he finds out Deus isn't imaginary, and the game he mentioned, it's 100% real. As Deus leaves, he warns Yuki, "Don't break your phone or you'll die." At first, Yuki is completely freaked out, but then he thinks as long as the phone is safe, his life is under control. He starts using the diary to his advantage, acing his classes, getting top ranks, and dodging attacks from jealous classmates. Slowly, he gains confidence and even gets a little excited. During a test while reading his diary, he notices Yuno staring at him. She used to be the class topper, so Yuki thinks maybe she's mad at him for taking her spot. After school, when Yuki sees a Murmur doll on Yuno's desk, he's shocked. Then he gets a weird notification on his phone. A serial killer is going to kill him soon. Yuki panics hard. Suddenly, Yuno walks into class and straight up tells him he's going to die soon. Yuki totally loses it and starts running again. When Yuno corners him, Yuki finally realizes she has a diary too. He wonders, is Yuno the serial killer? And grabs his dart to attack, but out of nowhere, Yuno kisses him. Then she shows him the real killer is standing outside the classroom. He also has a diary. Unlike Yuki's, Yuno's diary shows Yuki's future every 10 minutes. That's why she calls it the Diary of Love. Now Yuki feels like he's got a full-on stalker on his hands. According to Yuno's diary, Yuki is supposed to die on the 14th floor, so instead, they head straight to the rooftop. A bit later, the killer comes looking for them. Just like planned, Yuki is hiding, waiting for a signal. Yuno steps out to distract the killer. At the perfect moment, Yuki smashes the killer's phone with his dart, just like Deus warned. When your phone breaks, the diary owner dies too. After it's all over, Yuki angrily asks Deus why other people have diaries. So Deus takes him to a place called the Cathedral, where other diary owners are hiding their identities. Deus explains, this is a survival game. There are 12 participants, each with a future diary. They're all assigned numbers 1 to 12. So far, we know Yuki is number 1, Yuno is number 2, and the serial killer was number 3. The diaries all predict the future, but the kind of future they show depends on what the owner used to write about. And the predictions aren't set in stone. If the owner does something unexpected or another diary owner interferes, the future can change. Like Yuki was supposed to die, but Yuno's interference saved him. The goal of this survival game is simple. Use your diary to gather information and eliminate the other diary owners. The last one standing becomes the new god of time and space, taking Deus's place. After understanding the rules, everyone leaves the cathedral, but some of them are already plotting to eliminate Yuki. In the end, Yuki is the only one left alive, and that makes him the biggest threat to every other diary holder. But Yuno, she promises she'll protect him no matter what, even if she has to take everyone else out to do it. The next morning at school, Yuki's nerves are shot. At any moment, he could run into another diary owner. While the class heads out for PE, a girl named Mainene walks up to him. She says the serial killer, that was actually her homeroom teacher, and that's why he's not at school today. Yuki's confused. Who is this girl and why is she talking so weird? Then, static hits his phone and the diary flashes. You die in 3 hours. Panic mode on. Yuno shows up to protect him, but Minene slips away. And before jumping off the ledge, she just says one word, die. Boom! Explosions rock the school floor. Luckily, Yuki and Yuno survive. Yuno's calm, way too calm. She tells Yuki not to worry. She'll take care of that woman. Yuki's terrified. How can someone talk about killing so casually? But he has no choice. If he wants to live, he needs Yuno's help. Using her diary, Yuno tracks every bomb, when and where they'll go off. Meanwhile, Menwen holds the rest of the school hostage. Stay in your classrooms, she threatens, or boom, but something's not right. If Minene really wanted Yuki dead, she had her chance. And why does his death still show up as 2:04 p.m. in the diary, even after surviving those explosions? Police show up. Chief Kigo gives a strange order. Don't kill Minene. Why? Because he's a diary owner too. His diary predicts future crimes, and it says if Minene's heart stops, all the bombs go off at once. Back inside, Yuki and Yuno regroup with their classmates. But then, shocker, their own classmates tie them up. Turns out, Minene made a deal. Hand over Yuki, and I'll deactivate all the bombs. Yuki's phone is taken, tossed aside. The school grounds? Lined with landmines. Minene threatens again. Stay in your classes or else. Yuno's spiraling. She can't focus on anything except one thing, saving Yuki. She breaks free, sprints through sensors, and suddenly, more bombs start going off. Minene panics. She didn't expect this. Then Keigo, the fourth diary owner, jumps in to help Yuki. Unlike the others, he doesn't care about becoming God. He just wants to stop crimes before they happen. That's what his diary is for. Just then, Yuno crashes through the window. Minene's stunned. With Yuno's help, Yuki dodges the landmines and grabs his phone back. When Minene reaches for the trigger, Yuki throws a dart. He misses the phone and hits her straight in the left eye. Cornered, she escapes in a puff of smoke. After that, Keigo forms an alliance with Yuki and Yuno. He wants to end this twisted survival game, and he needs both their diaries to do it. So far, we know 5 diary holders. 1, Yuki. 2, Yuno. 3, the serial killer. 4, Keigo. 9, Minene. With school temporarily shut down, Keigo asks them to spend time at the amusement park to lure Minene out. The next day, Yuki and Yuno go undercover. Yuki stays cautious, but Yuno, she's loving every minute, treating it like their perfect date. As they spend time together, Yuki starts to wonder, maybe she's not just a psycho stalker. Maybe she's just a girl who really loves him. They ride everything, laugh, get close. At the end, Yuno wants to see the planetarium, but Yuki turns her down. Instead, they head for the Ferris wheel. As they ride the Ferris wheel, Yuno asks, if you love stars so much, why didn't you want to go to the planetarium? Yuki freezes. How do you know that? He doesn't remember telling her anything like that. So Yuno reminds him that one time in school, when they had to write about their dreams, they stayed late because they couldn't decide. Yuno saw him write about stargazing with his parents, but there was doubt in his eyes. His parents had just gotten divorced. So Yuno asked him, want to watch the stars with me instead? Yuki refused. Back then, all he wanted was to be with his family. So Yuno came up with a solution. I'll be your family, I'll become your wife, and we'll stargaze forever. Yuki's stunned. How can a girl get this obsessed over one random conversation? He finally asks her, Yuno, are you hiding something from me? She doesn't answer. Instead, she kisses him and whispers, that's a secret. Later that night, they head to Yuno's house, just the two of them. She shyly says, why don't you stay over tonight? Yuki agrees. Keigo did say they should stick together until Minene's caught, but the house is strangely quiet, and the power's out. While Yuno's in the kitchen, Yuki looks for the bathroom, using his diary to guide him, but then he spots a door, one that isn't mentioned in his diary. Opening it would mean changing the future. He opens it anyway. The moment he does, every diary holder's future shifts, and the Cathedral of Deus begins to crack. Inside, he finds 3 dead bodies. Yuno appears, face shadowed and chilling. You weren't supposed to see that. Yuki panics and runs. He escapes to his house, but Yuno follows. She pounds on the door, yelling, open up, Yuki! He tries calling Keigo, but before the call goes through, Yuno texts, who are you calling? At that moment, Yuki realizes there may be no escape from this psycho. Eventually, he passes out from exhaustion. Meanwhile, Minene's on the run from the cops. Her diary shows her every safe route, but they're everywhere. Suddenly, a man appears. Her diary shows one path forward, following him. She's led to a small cabin. The man's face is covered. He offers her painkillers, and she feels no threat, so she rests. But then, her phone turns into a piece of wood. Her body goes numb. The man reveals himself. He's the 11th diary holder. Scene shift. Next morning, Keigo arrives at Yuki's house. Yuki tries to tell him about the terrifying night, but Yuno steps out and says, if you tell him, I'll be so embarrassed. Keigo just assumes they got intimate. He doesn't question it. In the car, Keigo reveals that Minene's been captured by a religious cult called Omekita. They arrive at the compound. A worker named Orin leads them to the high priestess, Tsubaki, the 6th diary holder. She's kept inside a wooden cage. Her diary, it shows the future through the eyes of her followers. Whatever they see, she knows. That kind of power, it freaks Yuki out. But Tsubaki says she has no interest in becoming God. She just wants to help her followers. Minene is being held in the basement. They can take her. But in exchange, Tsubaki makes a request. I want Yuki to stay with me tonight. She knows she's going to die today. Her diary already said so. But Yuki's survived death twice. So maybe, just maybe, if he's with her, she'll survive too. Yuno really doesn't like this, but Kei decides that Yuki will stay there. Since there's no sign of Yuki's death in his diary, if he can stop Tsubaki from dying, everything should be safe. After Kei leaves, Tsubaki warns Yuki to stay away from Yuno because she'll ruin his life. It's not written in her diary, just a girl's intuition. While all this is happening, Yuno's rage keeps growing because Tsubaki's talking trash about her. Now, Yuno wants just one thing, to eliminate Tsubaki. Suddenly, the futon inside the cage catches fire. All the followers go into a trance and start attacking each other. Yuki tries to save Tsubaki, but Yuno stops him. She warns him it's all a trap. If he stays even a little longer, he could die too, but Yuki refuses to listen. He says you can't trust people who hide dead bodies or kill without hesitation. He calls Yuno a psycho and runs off to help Tsubaki. Luckily, the sprinklers go off, and when Tsubaki screams at the top of her lungs, the hypnosis breaks and the followers snap out of it. Tsubaki thanks Yuki for saving her. She opens her diary, reads it carefully, and realizes there's a mysterious man who snuck in as a follower and is now hiding inside the temple. At that very moment, Yuno approaches Tsubaki with an axe in her hand, and Yuki's future suddenly changes. His death is now just 13 minutes away at the hands of the same followers. The fallen followers slowly begin to rise again. To protect Yuki, Yuno starts taking them out, one by one. She extends her hand to Yuki and says, "Either take my hand and live, or side with Tsubaki and die." Confused, Yuki grabs both their hands, and they escape together. Kei, the one who fixed the sprinklers, is told everything that's happened. He says everyone needs to head for the main gate. The backup bus is almost here. Kei goes off to look for Minene. In the temple basement, Minene is tied up. The guy who was beating up Tsubaki's follower, that's Hirasaka, the 12th diary owner. Just like he hypnotized Minene into thinking she had the real phone, he's hypnotized all the followers too. Hirasaka knows that the only way to defeat Tsubaki's powerful diary is by creating confusion. Her diary warns her about incoming injustice through voice memos. It's like Kei's diary, except audio-based, because Hirasaka is blind, but his hearing is sharp. That's how he knows everything going on upstairs. And the interference from other diary users, it's starting to really piss him off. Up above, as Yuki and the others try to escape, the followers slowly start regaining their senses. Tsubaki stops Yuki and says the intruder must be eliminated, but Yuno's patience is completely gone. She charges at Tsubaki to kill her, but just then, Yuki gets a call from Kei. He tells Yuki that Hirasaka is on his way and that he's blind but has expert-level hearing. Moments later, 5 people appear, all claiming to be the 12th diary owner. They warn Yuki that Tsubaki is evil, that the entire group is a dangerous cult involved in illegal activities. To bring justice, Hirasaka is planning to sacrifice himself and blow up Tsubaki with a bomb. But no matter how much Yuno tries to convince him, Yuki still refuses to abandon Tsubaki. With no other option left, Yuno decides she'll take out Hirasaka herself. She knows his hearing is sharp, so she creates a distraction. And the moment someone reacts, she eliminates them instantly. Just as she disposes of the body, the bomb goes off. Yuno is completely drained. Once Hirasaka is dead, Tsubaki finally shows her true colors. Her actual plan was to eliminate Yuki, Yuno, and Kei all at once, using Minene as bait. What she didn't expect was that Hirasaka would sneak in disguised as one of her followers. She confesses she was never the real priestess. Tsubaki's eyesight had been weak since childhood, but her parents made her a priestess anyway, fooling everyone into believing she had divine eyes that could see the future. Just like they hoped, the number of followers kept growing. But when her parents died in an accident, control of the shrine shifted to the head servant, Funatsa. To attract even more people, Funatsa used Tsubaki as a tool, a vessel for sinners to relieve their guilt. Even after enduring such disgusting acts day after day, Tsubaki held on, because she still had a ball hand-stitched by her mother. But one day, she lost even that. After everything she'd suffered, Tsubaki made up her mind she would become a god herself and end the entire world. In front of Yuno, she kisses Yuki, just to hurt her. But even after Hirasaka's death, Tsubaki is shocked to see that her own death is still written. Yuno begins taking out all the followers one by one and badly injures Tsubaki's hand. She hands her phone to Yuki and pushes him towards safety. Then, Yuno collapses. Meanwhile, on the rooftop, Kei is with Minene. The followers aren't letting backup forces in, so Kei's stuck too. Inside, Tsubaki has tied up Yuno and plans to use her as bait to lure Yuki in. Hiding quietly, Yuki blames himself for trusting Tsubaki. Now he finally realizes Yuno was the one he should have trusted all along. Possessive or not, dangerous secrets or not, she truly loved him. Suddenly, an announcement. Tsubaki threatens Yuki. Come out now or Yuno will suffer everything she did. Yuki hears Yuno's screams. He can't take it anymore. Then he spots something, a ball. It looks like the one Tsubaki's mother made for her. Without wasting a second, he grabs it and rushes to save Yuno. He throws the ball at Tsubaki, and the moment she sees it, after all these years, she freezes in shock. That's his chance. Yuki throws a dart and destroys her diary. Right then, Tsubaki dies. The police enter the shrine and take control of the situation. On the way home, Yuki looks at Yuno and thinks, who even is this girl? She lives in a house with corpses, but loves him so obsessively, she'd do anything to protect him. Yuki can't hold back anymore. He kisses Yuno. Meanwhile, surprisingly, Minene isn't arrested because Kei made a secret deal with her. A week later, Yuki goes to pick up his mom from the airport. Her name is Rhea. She's a programmer who mostly works abroad. She's rarely home, but comes to see see Yuki every now and then, like today. As soon as they reach home, they see the window glass is broken. Yuki immediately checks his diary and rushes inside yelling at Yuno. But of course, Yuno already knew Rhea was coming thanks to the diary. Trying to impress her, she cleaned the whole house and even made dinner. Rhea finds Yuno super cute and mistakenly thinks Yuno is Yuki's girlfriend. As Rhea takes a bite of the dinner, she's blown away by the taste. Without thinking, she blurts out, "Marry my son." Yuno? She's glowing like the freaking sun. After dinner, Rhea casually mentions that her friend's son, Hojo, is coming to stay tomorrow for a few days. Hojo's parents were part of Tsubaki's cult and died in the Omakata incident. The police haven't told the public the truth yet, just labeled it a mass suicide. It's getting late, so Rhea insists Yuno stay the night. Yuno agrees. While Yuno's in the bathroom, Rhea's setting up the bed upstairs and jokes to Yuki, "No babies before marriage." Later that night, when they're both lying down, Yuno sweetly asks Yuki to sleep closer to her. But Yuki flat out rejects her, says he doesn't even like her that way. Yuno, full of confidence, just smiles. "You will. On July 28th, we'll be one." Yuki blushes and rolls over. Meanwhile, Yuno sighs in relief. She's glad Yuki's mom is chill, because if she wasn't, Yuno had other plans. The next morning, Hojo arrives, and everyone is stunned by how cute he is. Hojo starts drawing Yuno, but when he tries to cut the paper to show her, the scissors slip. Luckily, they stab into the cushion, and not Yuno. Hojo quickly apologizes and runs to the bathroom. But the truth, it wasn't an accident, because Hojo is the fifth diary owner. His diary is like a sketchbook. It shows the future through drawings. Hojo doesn't want to become God. He just wants to have fun. Taking down Yuki and Yuno, that's his idea of a good time. Despite being only 5, his mind is twisted and strategic. He even has tools for removing other diary owners. Before lunch, Hojo secretly poisons the tomatoes. But when Yuki's about to eat one, Yuno stops him. The weight felt off, too heavy compared to when she washed them. Suspicious, she throws all the tomatoes away. And just like that, the future changes. Yuki realizes someone else with a diary is nearby. Meanwhile, Hojo realizes to beat Yuki, he has to take out Yuno first. So he plans to electrocute her. Back in the room, the diary updates. In seconds, Yuno is going to die by electrocution. As Hojo connects the wires, boom, power cuts out. It's Yuki. He turned off the circuit breaker. Seeing Hojo holding the wires, they instantly know he's a diary owner. That night, while Hojo sleeps, Yuki searches for his diary, but Hojo walks out smirking, mocking them. "You'll never find it with your tiny little brains." Yuki ignores him, keeps searching the next day. But Yuno? She's out of patience. She grabs a hammer and charges, but in her rage, she accidentally hits Rhea. Yuki's in total shock. He quickly wraps Rhea's wound and snaps at Yuno. "What were you thinking? That was reckless." Yuno genuinely feels terrible. She quietly mutters, "I'm sorry." Yuki softens. He hugs her and reminds her, "You're smart, Yuno. If you really try, you can find Hojo's diary too." Blushing, Yuno nods and promises, "I will." She starts thinking seriously. Where could Hojo hide the diary? It has to be somewhere he can access, but nobody would ever think to search. She realizes Yuki already searched every inch of the house. So maybe it's not in the house at all. She remembers Hojo went to the convenience store with Rhea yesterday. Could he have mailed the diary to himself? Suddenly, ding dong, the doorbell rings. Yuno instantly gets alert. She warns Yuki. He rushes to grab the package, but the moment he opens it, psh, a toxic gas sprays out. Yuki drops unconscious. Hojo watches through the window, impressed. "Nice guess, Yuno, but the box had to be opened from the other side." Yuno drags Yuki to the bathroom, trying to keep him safe. The gas fills the house. Hojo knocks on the door, taunting, "Come out and play with me." When Yuno doesn't respond for a while, he starts whining like a bored kid. "Okay, fine. Let's make it fun. If you find me in hide and seek, I'll give you the antidote." Yuki begs her not to go, but Yuno knows they need that antidote to survive. She agrees, but not before breaking a window and getting Rhea to safety. Then, the hunt begins. But Hojo's not easy. Using his diary, he keeps switching locations. Yuno clears the entire first floor, then heads upstairs. But she's too late. Hojo rigged the light bulb with overflowing water. Zap! She gets electrocuted. Yuki hears her scream. He stumbles in, barely able to move. Hojo tries to inject poison into Yuno, but Yuki tackles him. The gas knocks him down too. Yuno, fueled by rage, stands up, eyes blazing. Cornered, Hojo smirks until Yuno stabs him with a knife. As promised, he gives her the antidote. Before dying, he smiles weakly. "Thanks for playing with me. My parents never did. They just fought all the time." Hojo collapses. Yuno does too. Moments later, Minane arrives. She gives them both the antidote. She got a tip from Keigo about the fifth diary owner. Later, Keigo arrives with officers. To protect Rhea from the truth, they tell her, "An intruder broke in and kidnapped Hojo, but we're doing everything to find him." 2 weeks pass. Yuki and Yuno are on their way to a new school. On the street, Yuki notices someone smiling at him, but he brushes it off. At school, Yuno's in a different class. Yuki looks around at unfamiliar faces and feels just a little nervous. Yuki's finally settling in, but then he sees a familiar face, Ko, the guy who ambushed him on my nene's orders. And he's in the same class? Suddenly, Ko yells, "Isn't that the guy who almost killed his entire class and now he's just back? Like nothing happened?" The class goes silent. Whispers start. But before things get worse, Hinata and Mao step in. Hinata shuts Ko down. "That's enough. He's not a threat." The teacher arrives. She explains, "There's a killer on the loose. The school is taking precautions. No one walks home alone. Stay in groups, period." As everyone murmurs in fear, Hinata drops a chilling detail. The bodies had brutal injuries and bite marks. Later that day, Yuki, Yuno, Hinata, and Mao visit the crime scenes, then the nearby park. Yuno keeps her distance. She doesn't like Yuki bonding with new people. Hinata wanders off on her own, but suddenly she freezes. Her face goes pale. Then, static. A strange noise. A new entry flashes on Yuki's diary. Hinata is dead. He sprints over, only to find her body torn apart, surrounded by wild dogs. Everyone's frozen. Then someone steps into the chaos. Inaki, the smiling boy from earlier. He tells them there's an observatory nearby, safe and secure. They run. Barely make it. Inside, Inaki reveals he's training to be a detective. He's been investigating the murders. And strangely, Yuki's name keeps popping up, but he doesn't suspect Yuki. He just followed him to stop the next murder. Suddenly, the dogs surround the observatory. Yuno grows suspicious. She tells Yuki, "One of your friends might be controlling them. Use them as bait. Get out while you can." But Yuki refuses. Instead, he grabs the windows, holds them shut with his bare hands. Using his future diary, he predicts which window the dogs will break next, guides the others to stay safe. It works. 30 minutes pass. The dogs leave. Everyone breathes again. But then, Mao snatches Yuki's phone. "Don't move, or I kill him." Out of nowhere, Hinata walks in. She's alive, and she has a diary. Twist. She demands Aki's diary in exchange for Yuki's safety. A week ago, her father, Tsukishima, the 10th diary holder, told her everything. He used to spoil his dogs, treated them better than his family, fed them prime meat while he lived on instant noodles. As they started attacking people, he ignored it. Then, guilt hit. He tried to escape his past, start over, but Aki knew too much. So Tsukishima asked Hinata to get rid of him. To bring her father back, Hinata agreed. She lured Aki to the park by pretending to be friends with Yuki. Now, she's ready to finish the plan, but Aki doesn't want blood. He suggests a coin toss. "You win. I give you the diary. I win." Yuki walks free. Hinata laughs. "Seriously? A coin toss?" She agrees anyway. She already has Yuki's diary, but something feels off. Why would Aki risk this when the odds are against him? The coin spins. Based on Yuki's diary, she should pick left, but at the last second, Hinata picks right. Suddenly, static. The future changes. Hinata gasps, "What? The right answer was left?" She keeps her promise, lets Yuki go, but she keeps his diary. "Let's play again," she says, smirking. Meanwhile, Yuno notices something off. All phones glitched, except Aki's. She grabs it. It's just a normal phone. No diary. "You're not a diary holder?" Aki shrugs. "I played the game. On luck." Yuno is furious. "You risked Yuki's life for a gamble?" Aki stands tall. "Then I'll play again and win his diary back." Before the game starts, Aki tells Yuno his plan. She agrees, reluctantly. Still, she doesn't trust him. Aki reassures her, "I'd never hurt Yuki, because I don't just care about him. I love him, more than just a friend." Yuno says nothing, just stares. The final game begins. This time, Hinata flips the coin. She reads Yuki's diary, hides it in her right hand. Aki pauses. Right before he answers, Yuno covers Yuki's ears. "Right hand," Aki says. "Correct." Yuno uncovers Yuki's ears. Aki lies and says, "I picked left." Yuki believes him, because his diary shows what he believes, even if it's a lie. Hinata is stunned. "I lost." She doesn't understand. Aki explains, "Your diary shows Yuki's truth, and if he believes my lie, so does the future." Before she can react, Mao pulls a knife, but Yuno is faster. She strikes Mao down. Hinata pushes Yuno. Yuki's phone falls. As Hinata weeps over Mao, the others make a run for it. But Hinata gets up, uses her diary to command the dogs. Yuki checks his diary. Everyone dies. They make a new plan. Aki, Ko, and Yuno will distract the dogs, while Yuki tries to reach Hinata. Everyone agrees, except Yuno. She secretly follows Yuki instead. Suggests they use Aki and Ko as bait and escape, but Yuki refuses. "Hinata could have killed me, but she didn't. She kept her word. She's not evil. Her father is." Yuno draws her blade. "Then I'll kill her." Yuki panics. "Why are you doing this? Why push everyone away?" Yuno's eyes tremble. "Because I'm scared. Someone might take you away from me." Yuki realizes if he doesn't do something now, everything will fall apart. He looks Yuno in the eyes. "No one will take me from you, because I love you. I want to be your boyfriend." Yuno freezes. The knife drops. She blushes hard. Yuki smiles gently. "And as your boyfriend, I want you to accept my friends too." Yuno nods, glowing with happiness. Everything finally feels calm. But Yuki knows he just crossed a line. fine, and there's no turning back. Hinata begins crying. I'm sorry, Dad. Tsukishima holds her. No, Hinata. I was the one who failed. I ran from my mistakes and made you carry them. He hugs her. I'll atone for everything. You just live and be happy. Then, bang, a gunshot. Everyone freezes. They think Tsukishima just ended it.